Welcome to the Bravo Charlie Club, making you 12 and a half minutes more awesome each week. He's Ben, I'm Richard. Let's go. Ben, how you doing this week?
Doing really well, mate. Have had a cracking weekend, actually. So there you go. How about you? How are you?
I'm tip-top, and ready to podcast.
Yes. Let's get into it.
Now, speaking of ready to podcast, we've had some early listener feedback, Ben. Remember when you said you were going to tell us about when you were right in a conversation? Well,
Yes.
a certain TF, aka Tanya Flintoff, has written in and said, no, you weren't.
God. What? She doesn't even know what I was going to talk about. So that's actually the standard default conversation level in our house.
Remember when I was right? No, that never happened.
No, I blanked that out. No, I didn't have to. She would say I didn't even have to blank it out. It just never happened. Okay, so here's what I wanted to tell you about. I went with her to the Grand Prix last weekend. Anyway, while we were organising it, I had said to her, "I've been to a Grand Prix before," and she was like, "Yeah, not with me. You haven't." And so the period that I thought that I'd been to a Grand Prix, because I was actually a little bit like murky on whether it was true or not.
But you leaned in anyway. You were like,
I leaned in.
I'm sure I'm right. Yeah.
I'm sure I'm right. I've got to get one. It's only been 27 years. She was actually an amazing scrapbooker. And I was like, that's it. I'm going to search the scrapbooks.
That's the key.
And when you've got one opinion and another person's got a different opinion, and you get to that point where you're basically just looking at each other with sideways glances, just showing you're completely wrong. That's where we were. Like, I was flicking through these scrapbooks like with intent, and it come up to the page, and there I am proudly standing. There's a photo of me at a Grand Prix. Tanya's nowhere in sight. So I'm saying I have been to a Grand Prix. I was
So
right.
you're both
I was
right.
standing there. I was there. And she's saying not with me. And so she was right as well. So that was the story that I wanted to share. Bit of a fun one. So there you go. Hey, travel tip of the week, mate. This is a good one. I was flying down to Melbourne for this event. Do you put your seat back on short haul flights? Like, we're talking, I don't know, call it less than 2 hours as a short haul.
I don't think so. I think be kind, don't recline is my motto for short haul.
Is that written on the back of the seats on the planes that you go on?
Because they should hand it out to everyone who's going on the plane.
I like that. Because have you noticed, though, with the first person who reclines, it sort of creates this sort of domino effect where you almost have to recline.
Because that person, like, it reclines right back almost into your face, right? So you've got to recline, and then the next person's got it just goes all the way back, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think technology these days, they've changed how far you can actually recline. I remember 25 years ago where it literally was almost like, heaven forbid you were like reading a book or eating the meal or whatever. you would wear the person, you could tuck them into bed. It was like, it would recline so far. So I know.
Yeah. You can't open a laptop really. I tried to do some laptoping recently, and it's not it's like a 13.5-inch MacBook, so it's not super big, but still, you can't really work with it on a 60-degree angle.
Yes.
You've got to get it past 90.
You're right. Hey, do you remember, speaking of travel tips, when I talked about how you could fly ahead sometimes, you book the last flight and then you can fly ahead if you get to the airport early. I can't remember if I mentioned this, but I had a scenario. I'm usually in like row 3, which is sort of the front of the economy in the brand that I fly on. 3A I try to take, and I flew ahead, and I literally moved from 3A to 31F, which is like being at the front left of the plane to the back right. Like, it was, so there's a watch out. As I said, I can't remember if I've actually mentioned this already, but it's happened to me. And I was like, so happy to get home that I was, in the back, right at the back of the plane. I didn't even know planes went back that far.
That's the family and kids section right back there. I think that those last 3 rows is just like, it's great. You get to
good access to the
everyone
bathroom.
Going to the toilet and stuff. It's awesome.
Good access to the bathroom.
Yeah, great access.
That's the one thing about row 3. It's like, the first 2 rows are for business class, and they've got their own bathroom.
Of course, so you can't use that bathroom. Yeah,
you've got a marathon to get back to that facility. But anyway,
you've got to fight your way past 2 drinks carts as well to get there.
Heaven forbid you can't go around.
No.
A listener feedback, listener RT asked what the motivation for BCC was. Now, we've done the Origin episode and we talked, that's 007 for listeners if they haven't caught that one. He asked me, he said, was that a bucket list item? And my response to him was, having your own podcast was cheaper than a red convertible for those in a midlife crisis, which seemed like a reasonable response. But if you're like, you can't, if someone asks you that question, you can't say, go and listen to episode 7. Like, so what do you say?
Yeah, I don't know. What do I say when someone asks me why do I want to have a podcast? I think it kind of grew, didn't it, out of our 25,000 long WhatsApp message of 20 years of laughing at random stuff and thinking, well, that's good content there.
mainly each other. We should go back through and farm.
But people don't generally ask though. People all say, "You've got a podcast," or "I listen to your podcast." But I've never had. Why did you start a podcast?
So that's listener RT. There you go. Your question's been raised. Why not leave a comment? Send us a text. Join the Inner Sanctum on WhatsApp. The links are always in the show notes. We'd love to get some reviews or some topics. If you need us to solve a conundrum for you, we are all ears. And speaking of conundrums, mate, got a good one for you this week. A 50% chance of 0 millimeters of rain. What does that even mean?
I think that means that the bomb doesn't know what's going to happen. Like, it's like the bomb for those people overseas is the Bureau of Meteorology in Australia. That's the National Weather Forecasting Service. And on those days when they think it might rain or it might not rain, it's 50% chance of 0 millimeters of rain. And it's just like,
what is going on?
I can't work with that. What does it even mean?
Have you ever and I don't know.
It's an each-way bet, isn't it? Is it
the easiest job in the world or the hardest job in the world? Like being a weatherman. Well, not even a weatherman, like working in that sort of Bureau of Meteorology capacity. Because it just feels like I've been literally standing in rain where it's been saying there's an 80% chance of rain. I'm like, no, I'm 100% wet. It's it's just raining. Yeah,
it's just raining.
And so that brings me on to this. Feels like when did that start? When did that be? It's 27. Yeah. It's 27, but it feels like 22. Like, what does that even mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Are they trying to create some sort of... Are
they trying to factor in wind chill? Is there like a sliding scale there? Like, is that... but I don't know. I don't know if that...
Wind chill is not exactly a new... That's not new. So maybe they've just reworded it. Maybe... Okay. All right.
I'm just guessing.
No, we don't do research. That's the whole point.
I shouldn't actually need to qualify myself. Listeners will understand. Yeah. Maybe it is. Sometimes it feels like it's higher too. Sometimes it can be, 27 feels like 29, and you're like,
that doesn't seem to be as common to me though. Do you see that as? It usually seems to be lower for some reason, and I guess it is the wind chill.
I've seen it higher on days where it's quite humid, and I guess maybe there's a humidity spike or something. Low wind, high humidity.
Yeah, I think because I've lived in Darwin, and it's 100% humidity, and it feels like it's 100% humidity.
And it's hot. Yeah.
I was sure they reported the weather by exception. Like they would tell you if it wasn't 31. Otherwise, just assume it was 31.
Dropping to 30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was a fun place to spend some time. So I was there for a few years, met my beautiful wife there, and I just remember the weather. It was just 31 degrees all the time. Hey, that's it, Richard. Listeners have been BCC'd on our week. In next week's show, we've got a few gripes about Uber that we have to get off our chests. Yeah. So watch out, Uber. See you next week.
Coming for you.
Yeah, Bravo Charlie Club out.
And that's the pod.